All right. Market's open a little bit late today, guys. Sorry about that. Market opening a little bit down. We've got Stone back up today with earnings coming up pretty soon. It's like next Monday. Next Monday it is for earnings. Okay, so Stone and Bev taking it on the chin here a little bit today. Actually sold off a little more yesterday than I think I realized. Chesapeake Energy doing pretty good, 1.49%. That one right on my trend line. That usually doesn't happen. Won't complain too much, however. Nvidia down 1% this morning. Everything's jumping around before I click on it. All right, MDB up. Got to be earnings. And it is earnings. They're selling off a little bit too. MyGen coming back pretty good there. Myriad getting over this kind of, at least trying to get over this whole little resistance area down below here. Crossing above the 50-day moving average, although actually already did that a few days ago. Roku. I don't think I have MYGN on my list. No, it doesn't look like it. All right, Spirit Airlines up a little bit. Anik. EEFT. Very nice. Continuing a beautiful move out. Chesapeake Energy up here too, up 2% now. Was up 1% a little bit ago. All right, Funko, Tesla. What's Tesla doing? Hasn't quite hit 250 yet. Looks like they're challenging the top of this trend line one more time. Kind of a lower volume uptrend. We'll see if it can sustain. Stone still holding up here for earnings. This is on Monday. Monday after the market. So very good accumulation in front of it. This is a recent IPO. I really like these IPO bases because not a lot of people get a chance to get in at the ground floor, and in some cases that's good. Other cases it's not so good, but this could be one of those cases where it could be pretty good. And I think options are probably the best way to think about, like your standard position size and how much your loss would be on a normal position. Let's say it'd be like $500. Then what you could do is you could go over here to Stone, and if you say you wanted to get on a run, you could go over here to July and say, okay, what's $500? And then what would that get me in terms of an option? Because that's basically your risk whenever you're trading options, is whatever you invest. That part of it's a pretty simple calculation. So, let's say you come up here and you get the 30 call. You get a 30 call. You'll probably get it for about $5. You can see over here the last trade. You get this one was last traded at 5. All these here were right around $5. So you can pick up probably one of these, and that's your maximum risk. So say it drops 50% on you. Let's say they do gap down. They have a bad earnings call. Gap down to 24. You're probably going to lose 50% of that really, really quickly, and that would be your risk. So you put in 500, you basically lose about 250 in an instant, but you've at least limited your risk if you do want to play the earnings. So, but I do like the pattern overall in Stone. Great volume, just fantastic volume. Hard to argue with that. All right, Cron. Looks like it's in the lower part of this broader base pattern. Like I said, IBD doesn't necessarily do, and I said that in the Real Crypto Power Hour, IBD doesn't really do symmetrical triangles. So I'm on stocks. Let me not draw that. This would probably be considered a flat base. In fact, as long as it's not down more than, it's down 25%, I guess it would have to be a cup base. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7. So I guess it would have to be considered a cup base. Yeah, it rallied 73%. Chesapeake up 2.65. Getting on with the program much, much better. This is what you like to see. Right there. Don't always get it. A few nice days in a row. Very nice, very nice. Good morning, Eli. Match.com, we're looking at that one. Hasn't really had the opportunity to pull triggers yet. Falling again. It's going. It's going. Got to leave early today. The wife has an event this morning, so I have to take the kids to school. I will say this. Yesterday I found this stock EXEL, and this is looking really good. Has a base it's just breaking out of yesterday. This is a flat base, and it's still within buy range. It's up about 3%. So EXEL looking pretty good. I added a few more to the watch list. Actually kind of cleared out some on my watch list too. Also found a daily mover screen that I had. Danos REITs, day trading strategy, which never worked out very well. Snap up 6%. So a couple more screens to maybe get a little bit more life into my watch list here, which is always nice. GE finally with some accumulation at the lows. You see, we talked a while ago about how there was no volume here. Now look at this. Now there's some volume at the lows. Nice little pocket pivot there. Pocket pivot there. Looks like that was distribution though. Still finding resistance at the 200-day moving average. So not really my cup of tea, not something I usually do, but Tesla pumped on news. Yeah, we looked at them a little bit ago. They're doing okay. Haven't quite come down to that 250 level that we talked about. Paused at about 270. So yeah, I think anywhere under 300 I think is going to be at least I hope would be a pretty good place to get involved in Tesla. Told wife to buy it again. Not sure if she did. I'll have to ask her about that. Plug getting on with some action right there. Plug Power is one that I traded way back here during this huge run up, and anytime I see stocks with massive run ups like that, they always stick in my mind. Plug Power, I think they do small hydrogen fuel cells, if I remember correctly. Looks like Wage is good today. That's kind of a horrible joke. It was pretty bad. Pretty bad. Let's see what else. IBD Thinkorswim, that should not be there. Quotes. Turnaround trade? All right, it appears some of the watch lists that I thought I deleted are not deleted. Huh. Well, the whole thing with GE, Eli, is that it's a turnaround play. And I don't know, I haven't really looked into the story that much. I don't really care. But you can see here when you start getting these elevated volumes down here, they start putting lows in. Look at that. You can see on this chart, there's a whole area right here of low volume or higher volume, even going all the way back here to here. This is your distribution section where they really got serious about it. Then you have a capitulation move right there. See, that's capitulation. And then after that, another high volume area, and then it starts to die down, and then your slow uptrend starts to happen. Now we kind of have that a little bit more over here. It won't give me more chart. Give me more chart. So over here, you look the scale, you got 1 million. And these peaks over here are 1 million. We're not quite to 1 million over here, but yeah, we're up there a little bit. So yeah, look, and I'm not saying this is going to be an immediate trade, right? This took a long time to get from after the bounce, let's call it $10 up to $20. It took it, actually that didn't even quite touch 20, but you get the picture. This took about a year to two. So this will if this does the same thing, you got $20 in maybe 2 years, something like that. Maybe some crazy option for 20 on GE, who knows? And they should go out quite a ways. It is GE. So let's see, 2021. Say January 2021, $20, just for fun. Let's look at it. You've got this going to $3, this going to $5. So that's about 500% in 2 years. Well, no, it's not like buying PG&E. It's a turnaround play. They sometimes actively will buy turnaround plays. That's what I'm saying. This isn't there yet. There's no major base. Usually you'll find a nice first stage base, cup and handle, double bottom, flat base, something to buy off of. We don't have that yet. I'm not arguing buy GE. I'm just mentioning these turnaround plays sometimes are interesting, but you have to have a classical base pattern out of them. IBD talks about that often, turnaround plays. Okay, let's get back to regularly scheduled trading stuff. Get out of GE. Don't want to get stuck in that hole. BLFS earnings looks like very soon. Today, as a matter of fact. Probably won't be able to participate in that. CHK 3%, STNE. I really do like this STNE chart. It's too bad earnings are on Monday. CGC, SIVB. Kind of doing something. Not really, but kind of. Volume's starting to elevate a little bit. We'll see if that even amounts to anything. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. TTD pulling back again. Yesterday it pulled back 2%. So I closed a little bit higher than that actually. But today pulling back a little bit. Yeah, buy TTD on these pullbacks. It has these nice pops. Now, haven't seen now in a little bit. It has, so it gapped up on earnings last time a few weeks ago, and it's just been kind of marching up. Holding up very nice. A very boring uptrend. These make you quite a bit of money. Cena still not popping over there. Speaking of which, we had YY that was trying to get over a level. Let's look at Square. How's Square doing? Doing pretty good. Putting kind of a strange bottoming low here at the 200-day moving average. Bounced off of that. Apple. You know, I was looking at yesterday was Facebook. Down 2% today. Maybe an opportunity to get involved. Just a little gap. Just a little gap holding really nice and tight. Forming a nice little consolidation pattern. You got 1, 2, 3. There's a 3 weeks tight pattern actually right there. A very oddly formed one, as a matter of fact. Yeah, it's definitely a 3 weeks tight pattern. Your breakout point would have been here. Although, usually a 3 weeks tight pattern, you don't pop up and then come down a little bit and form a 3 weeks. I don't think I've ever noticed it before. I'm sure it's happened, but I haven't really noticed it. Usually in a 3 weeks tight pattern, your buy point is the top of the highest week, the highest point in the weeks, but we have a high up here. So like I said, this could, I don't know how that would work out in terms of rules if you think about it. And this may have to be your buy point. But it is a 3 weeks tight pattern. And technically this should be your buy point. We're pulling back to it. So maybe another chance to reload. Just saying. It's a possibility there. Let me see if there may be some opportunity there for a small trade. Chesapeake down a little bit, 1.87. Oh yeah, I found a way to scroll through my charts with my arrow key here. Bam. Look how fancy I am. Now I can search for my stocks with an arrow key instead of a mouse click. So EEFT, yeah, still moving on. RTEC. Oh, this one another with a potential bounce off the 50-day down lower there. RTEC. Twilio. Just new high after new high. Looks like every week it's making a new high. Buy that one on a pullback. This Micron Technology has earnings coming up here really soon. Looks like Wednesday. Booking. Yeah, bounced off the $1,700 level. That probably would have been a good trade. DBX. No major action down here. Actually, some distribution on earnings. Think I'll just avoid that one. Etsy forming a very nice little pattern here. Anytime you see a little tight action like that, I always like to see if it's going to be a 3 weeks tight pattern. This one is not going to be a 3 weeks tight pattern. This is a consolidation of sorts. Possibly try to get, maybe getting an entry off of a little consolidation after a breakout. Wish volume there was a little heavier. Good initial run up. So not bad, nothing super broken. Just saw your comment, Eli. Thanks, buddy. You out of here. Have a good one. Yeah, I'm not sure why Boots on my short list anymore. Granted, it is after earnings, so that's good. Looks like we have a new trend line in force here. What were some of the ones I was looking at yesterday? PKG pulling in quite a bit more than I'd like to see. Yeah, bringing it in a lot. And volume a little more elevated than yesterday. Getting right down to that open price really quick. That's a rundown. Hmm. PKG. What am I? Oh, clicking in the wrong place. What Disney's doing today. It's tightening up quite a bit. Hopefully that'll get a nice pop. Wow, look at yesterday's volume on Disney. Quite a bit yesterday. Huge run up there. Nice little curl action going on here on the 5-minute time frame. Maybe we'll get a move out of this. Shen, one that I didn't trade well. Still have this one on the breakout. Should have sold it as it undercut that point right there. Looks like it's about to undercut over there. Could still sell it. Got that one till April though. All right, Disney Riot. Chesapeake's doing good. Nice. All right, let's look at a few of them. It's like BAC, Bank of America. Not one I usually look at, but it's found a very nice little pattern right there. Hey, Lori, Julius, what's up? What do you think of Boeing considering the accident with the 737? Well, there's been too much lately, too much. I would avoid it. I don't really. It's uncertain, from everything that I've seen, which hasn't been a lot. But I don't really play. That's not my thing. I don't play. I don't gamble like that. That's a gamble. Now, if you were a very astute trader, you could have tried to buy this on the opening and catch this bounce. That would have been a good bounce, but that would have just been a bounce play. You wouldn't even have held that overnight. You would have just taken your quick 6 or 7% and gotten out of it. Down here right now, I would say the only chance you have is probably a clear break of the 340 level, or I'm sorry, 380 level on some elevated volume. But yeah, it's not really my cup of tea. If this had bounced back immediately and kept going, that would be a different story. That would give the institutions another chance to load up. They could be loading up, but we don't have the bounce yet. So I don't play like that. I like a pretty clear edge, and I like more of a foundation. That's a rocky foundation to a trade, in my opinion. All right, BKI here. What else we got? All right, I found another little watch list. Man. WPRT, RC, no. DO, SNR. DO, Diamond Offshore? Yeah, Diamond Offshore. I know this name. Quite a bit of volume down here. Quite a bit. You see on the weekly, volume gets elevated before it has some larger runs. Diamond Offshore. Over here, once we cleared that high, we kind of took off for a few weeks. Off to the races. Could do something similar here. It's a similar setup. And actually on a break of this trend, which it looks like it's breaking, this may actually be a trade for me. Diamond Offshore looks pretty good. Hold on a second. Yeah, Diamond Offshore does look really good right there for one of those turnaround plays. Bought a bunch of pens last night. No, that's not big news, but I'm pretty cheap and I don't buy new pens. I went and bought new pens and they suck. I hate them. Don't like them at all. Actually, you know what? Before I write down DO, I had FTNT yesterday. I have to switch pages. Yeah, FTNT doing okay, staying up above the trend line there. Baidu. Not as good. Let me throw FTNT up here. And I threw PKG up there. Okay, let me start a new page. 314. Symbol DO, Diamond Offshore. Probably would imply that oil would have to do something good. But I do like the kind of fractal similarity between this and this with the volume elevation. I do think that could be pretty good. Breaking our trend line, have a possible $14 point to get in. Let's see what that does for us. Diamond Offshore. Target's going to be about, yeah, let's just say it rallies up to 14. Maybe 13.50. Morning, Ethan. We have 35 and 99 days are our choices. We don't have a lot in between, or anything in between, as a matter of fact. So I have till April 18th, which I don't know if it's going to run up that quick, or 99 days, which is 6. Way out here. That would probably have to get me to, that would get me to 13. That would be 85%. That's not bad. All right, I'll mull that one over. Let's 621, 10. Okay, so that's not bad. I don't like NBEV. And it's had enough time. I think it should have. Maybe I'm just being a little impatient with it. All right. Yeah, I'm not super happy with NBEV's behavior at the moment. Um, I don't have a position in NBEV. I could have swore I had a position in NBEV. I do not. Okay, so I don't care. Wow, I'm looking at the wrong stock. I do have Chesapeake. That's doing very well. Oh, I'm tripping on. SIVB, Nvidia. Nvidia trade's doing okay. Not great. Basically flat. Oh, this is one I should be tripping on, PKG. This one running down with a quickness. Not really behaving how I would like. I'm just going to cut half of it. Yeah, it's really a stock that I'm looking at. I know the volume isn't crazy here. It is a little bit bigger than the open, but I don't like just running lower like that. That's not my cup of tea. It's not what I do. So bye-bye PKG. Go back down and play with the little boys. It looks like I got some profit out of it. SIVB doing okay. Twilio. Let's go through some of the losers here today, see if there's any potential opportunities. Take-Two Interactive. Yesterday, apparently this rallied huge on news of a takeover by Sony. Not sure if that's enough to get the stock interesting, but yeah, jumps on takeover bid from Sony speculation. I don't like those speculation trades because that all that money evaporates the second that speculation does. Like instantly. It's just instant. All right, Disney. All right, TTD pulling back a little more. Need to pull back more, TTD. Give me like 5%. All right, so let's go up here. GDS, NOAA, CMCM, Quad U, NIO, Lumber Liquidators. Yeah, kind of failing my break there, yeah. was hoping that trend line would hold. Not so much. Auto Home. Beautiful little cup with handle here. I think we discussed this recently, actually. I think we talked about this yesterday because it was having such a good day. Nice little cup with handle here. So you got the depth, 29%. Needs to be 33. You have a prior uptrend, so this would be a first stage base. Your buy point would be at the high of this candle. Well, I'm glad, Jake. I never wanted you to lose money. It's just not a... I don't really... My style, I don't enjoy trading. I don't like shorting the market like that. It's not my thing. As long as you have a strategy, though. As long as you've got a strategy. I just want to make sure you weren't one of the people that just randomly trade stuff. Or even if you randomly traded it and it worked good. Either way. So what'd you do? How'd you short it? Were you trading futures? Did you short the ES? Were you shorting the Qs? Were you going long SQQQ? What was your impetus there? Your vehicle. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Auto Home. All right, let's go back. Continue with this. Lumber Liquidators. Well, it's a larger conversation, Lori. I guess the question would be, what were you winning in stocks and crypto and why? And maybe the two environments are a little, like how long were those trades? I guess would be my first question. Because in crypto you can sell on a quick pop real fast, and make it a thing. With stocks, you could do that as well. It's just a little more difficult because of overnights and earnings and things like that. You have, I would say, less of an opportunity to trade on those kinds of pops. You have to be a little more patient with your trades generally. And they also use those gaps in earning sessions to play games. Stock market definitely is tricky. I mean, crypto is pretty raw. Crypto is kind of like, almost view crypto as like an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old, very honest but pretty raw and pretty unpredictable. And stocks are kind of like trading a teenager. You don't know if you're being lied to. You don't know if they're going to be up till 3 in the morning and smoking weed. You never know quite what's going to happen. Litecoin running. Oh, it's getting up to alert levels. May have touched it. May have wicked up to the alert level. Is that the alert level, or did I raise it up a little bit? 5805 was our alert level for the power hour. Looks like it touched it and selling off so far. NeoNam. Haven't had a chance to look at this yet. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash did have a pump yesterday and pulled back a bit. Looks like getting a second shot at it. VET. VET may finally have its breakout. list got going out of our alert level. Look at that, 1336.56. Bam. AGI. Where do we have AGI? I don't know. ARN. We had a breakout down there. That's still working good. TNT. Yeah, we had a couple fun little pops on Vertcoin. That'd be an interesting newsletter today. All right, FOXF pulling in a little bit from the highs. $13 EMA on the 15-minute. That works good on crypto. Yeah, in stocks, I guess that is that the strategy you were trying for stocks. If that was, then there's a possibility you should try to see if your entry was too late, if your exit was too early or late or whatever, and maybe you can adjust the EMA that you use. The problem is the gaps. That's the problem. Is that when the market closes, all that price action average doesn't really work very well. Create alert withdrawing. There we go. Sold. PKG, EDU, boot. Oh, I'm sorry, I was confusing Lori with Jake in terms of your comment about the 13 EMA. Sorry about that. Lori never mentioned the strategy, and I thought you were replying to the strategy question. Didn't even look at the name. I was looking at the comment. My bad. My bad. SIVB getting back up there a little bit, 0.71%. Hopefully that'll continue breaking out. Not much else happening at the moment. Let's go back to that that watch list that I was looking at. Got me Diamond Offshore. WHR. And not a fan of mine. Or I'm not a fan of that, I should say. WHR, SNR, place, ALV. Oh, that's interesting. There's some volume down there. Auto Live, no idea what that is. SLB, Schlumberger. Looks like some of the oil names lately are trying to make a comeback, or at least trying to bottom. Nebel. It's a nice little pattern there. Noble Energy, another oil play, MTDR. That one's kind of has a declining channel feel to it, but WRK, WAB, NTNX, UNIT. These are different setups. I don't participate in this. I'm sorry, EVH. DPLO. Whoops. That was an accident. All right. So far, looks like just a normal Normal boring day in the markets, which is good to have. INS getting with it again. Oh, I had a big selling day. Look at the selling on earnings yesterday. Wow. That's crazy. Getting up to 30. Look at that, from 20 to 30 extraordinarily quick. Um, Maintaining the 8 EMA. That's interesting. That's interesting. $13 EMA with trend channels. So is this on the 15-minute on stocks, I'm assuming? That's cool. Okay. All right, I gotta get out of here, guys. If you guys may not have been here, but I gotta take care of the kids this morning. Wife has an event at work, so I'm gonna get out of here, take care of the kids. See you guys tomorrow. I'll take a look at that 13 EMA with in terms of the channels and see if I were seeing what you were seeing with that ES. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me today. Today is Thursday, so I should see you tomorrow, right? Yep. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a good one.